Hey guys, MCU Collect here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the 2-pack of the X-Men, Rogue, and Destiny. This is an Amazon exclusive. I just got it delivered today as I was reviewing Brother Voodoo. And here we go. This is a $50 set that comes with hardly anything. Like this set, if there's ever the complaints about, oh, Marvel Legends doesn't come with enough accessories, this and that, and that's the case a lot of the time. I wouldn't say all the time, but this is a case of there just ain't nothing in here. Like, we get one extra set of hands for each character. Now, what could they have possibly come with? I don't know. Like, Destiny maybe come with an Irene Adler unhelmeted, unmasked head sculpt or something, you know. Could have gone that way. But otherwise, I'm not really sure what else they could have come with. And that's the kind of tricky part sometimes with this stuff. I'm sure there's things that people can come up with and can think of. But, you know, this set just doesn't come with anything. Now, like, the Punisher Bushwhacker set, it was $55 for those two. I think it should have been $50 because standard pricing, right? $25 a figure, however many accessories, that should be factored in. But this set at $50, which is the standard, it hurts a little bit because there's nothing that comes along with it. Now, we get plenty of figures that are $24.99 that only come with like one extra set of hands. Like, that happens. And it happens more than I would like it to. But then when it's in a 2-pack, it just seems even worse because it's a bigger box and there's just so much empty space in there. So it kind of sucks. But without thinking about that, let's go into the review and talk about it. But get that criticism out of the way. It just doesn't come with enough because it's hardly anything. Too much empty space and just extra hands for each character just kind of sucks. Destiny is one that I think a lot of people have really wanted to get for a while. You know, it completes the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, that is. So I have all those figures so we can, you know, set that all up and kind of go from there. Apparently this was like a rumored thing, and then everyone thought Destiny was going to come with a new Mystique, but then it ended up being Rogue. I don't know, you know, kind of how that kind of went about. I'm not really up to date on the leak list of things anymore. I'm not mad that there's no Mystique figure. I think it would have been better because it would be nice to get an updated Mystique. We have a bunch of different Rogues. We've got the X-Men 97 Rogue, we got the Retro Rogue, we got the Juggernaut Rogue, we got the Rogue that came with Pyro. So there's a lot of Rogue figures. And you know what? They always seem to sell. Oh, we had the Outback Rogue too. That they always seem to sell. Like the X-Men 97 Rogue is going to get another reissue, is going to get a reissue, and it's going to be exclusive to Target. Everyone's going to be going crazy for that one, I'm sure. So another new Rogue. I don't think it's anybody's favorite Rogue, but a Rogue that does fit a team. It makes sense. We got an X-Men logo there, X logo up at the top. Looking at the back of the package, we get original artwork on there, kind of showing a comic book cover, which looks awesome. It says original art illustration by John, I want to say Gaida? Is that how you pronounce it? Maybe I'm wrong. The bio reads, a mutant with powers she could not yet control, Rogue was unofficially adopted by Destiny and Mystique and joined them in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So there we go. So now let's go ahead and take these out of the package and let's take a closer look. The good thing is I've taken up almost 3.5 minutes of your time already. There's no accessories to go over, so that'll save some time in the review. Here we go. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. With your help, we can make it. We only have about 2,500 left to go, so I greatly appreciate all the support and effort, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already. Okay, so we're going to start off strong here. We got the whole crew together. We have the Brotherhood, the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants here. We've got Avalanche, Pyro, Mystique, Blob, Rogue, and Destiny. So Destiny and Mystique kind of adopted Rogue in and kind of raised her in there because we know that Rogue was, you know, evil to kind of start. She was bad. And then she went good, so we have that there. So that's what this specific look for Rogue is. I know she's a different take on Rogue. We've had many different ones in figure form, and I brought them all out minus the X-Men 97 one. I left that one in the case, but I brought out the comic Rogue figures, and we've got a bunch of them. Like, I got a whole stack right here of all these comic Rogue figures. So we'll kind of go through them there. This video really shouldn't take long since there's no accessories or anything like that. This is the group shot of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants here, so you guys can see, you know, how they measure up. If you want to look at, like, you know, standing up, you know, how close are they? There we go. There. Destiny's pretty tall because she got this ginormous, like, helmet, you know, piece on there. But there we go. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at Destiny, because really what we need to look at is the face sculpts on these, and they're pretty good. I like them. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Destiny. She has this gold mask on there, which is pretty cool. I guess her abilities are, she has like precognitive abilities, so she can kind of tell or know when things are about to happen. So pretty cool mutant power, I would say. Looking at the face, it looks pretty good. You know, I think these are to kind of show some shine, almost like a cell shade, you know, the different angles and stuff. And that looks pretty good. Nice gold plate paint in there. It looks like that facial part is a separate piece glued into the overall head, and that looks pretty good. In terms of paint apps, there's some sloppiness in some areas. Looking at the leg, you can see some blue kind of bleeding through because obviously it's blue plastic, and then they had to paint the skin tone in there. It's not the cleanest because you could see, you know, blue there and you could see blue there, kind of right around the seam line. Other than that, not so bad. Right here on her chest, you could see a little blue coming through too. And then not a whole lot else. We get these folds in the cape though on the back, and there is a nice dark blue paint that's added in there to kind of bring out the shading of the cape. So while we didn't get a lot of accessories, this is the cool stuff that we should be seeing because it's on the back of the figure. They could have easily gotten away with not adding any paint whatsoever because they do it all the time. But we actually got some in here. So yes, no accessories, but hey, we got some paint there. Not really much else anywhere, but hey, on the back of the cape, there is some dark blue shaded paint in there. So we'll take the wins where we can. Looking at Rogue, and here we get this up close look at Rogue. She's got this weird short hair. I feel like this should be a younger Rogue, but she ends up looking like an older Rogue, which is kind of weird to me. But the print came out nice. No problems there. The hair, she's got the white in her hair, and that looks pretty good. There's some brown that kind of seeps through, but I don't mind how that looks. In terms of paint, not really a whole lot going on. This light green kind of looks not the cleanest along this bottom portion of her coat there, and then we get some of that green on the legs. No issues, they're just painted on, you know, kind of like that, and that's supposed to like represent her boots, I guess. She has these gauntlet pieces, and the green on there is painted pretty good for the most part, except for right there where it looks like they just didn't quite get all the way around on that gauntlet piece. Not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit noticeable. And then the crazy thing about this figure is there's no torso articulation. Well, there is and there isn't. There is some underneath there, but you know, when we get to the articulation, we'll talk a little bit more about it. And then the accessories. So Destiny has these open hands, and these are kind of the newer female open hands, to where you actually get some fingernails in there, and then you can actually see the folds of the wrinkles in her hand where the folds of the fingers would be. You could probably see it a little bit more on Rogue's hand there. So they have essentially the same hands. So Destiny has the two open hands out of the package, and then we get fists to go along with it. Rogue has got fists out of the package, and then we get the open hands to go with it there. And these are pretty good. These are, again, the updated ones with the fingernails and the folds in the fingers. So a little bit more detail in there, and I can always appreciate that. But let's go ahead now, zoom out for the articulation of both these ladies. Okay, so articulation. Let's go ahead and do Destiny first. Head is on a ball peg and hinge, so she can look all the way up. She can look all the way down, which is great. You get a full rotation in there, and not really a whole lot of pivot. Tiny bit. The cape that she has drapes over her shoulders completely, which makes these hands or these arms essentially useless. So she can only get her arm to go out that much. She can't get the arm to go out. You got a bicep swivel in there, but you can't do a whole lot with it. You got a double jointed elbow. Hold on, let me break that one free. Is it frozen? Uh-oh. Aha. It's tricky. That one does not want to bend. Oh, got it. There. That much bend there at the elbow, which is good. Wrists swivel and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on all the hands, the fists and the open hands. She can tilt to her left that much there. She can tilt to her right that much there. So that is pretty good tilt motion. Going back, you can get it to go back, but with the cape, you know, it's not really going to be effective. Coming forward is going to be hardly anything at all. So as you can see, the cape does not come straight down, so you can see that she is bent forward a little bit, but it's not a whole lot. When standing up straight, that's how it should look there. Diaphragm cut, we get the swivel there. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward that far, which is very high, which is good. The leg goes back a little bit. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee, gives you that much bend there. Foot hinges down all the way. You get some good hinge up. Ankle pivot, pecals at the bottom of the feet. So that is Destiny there. Now we're going to take a look at Rogue, because Rogue is the weird one with the whole torso movement. The head is on a dumbbell joint, so you can get some good pivot going on in there, but getting her to look up essentially doesn't happen, which there should be no excuse because she's got short hair, so hair won't get in the way. It's just the ineffective dumbbell joint that Hasbro uses a lot of the times. Can't look down either. Again, that's an issue, but side to side, and then head pivot going on in there. Arm, you can get to go straight on out. You get a full rotation in there. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow gives you that much bend there. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on the fists and the open hands. Now, typically with female figures, we would get a diaphragm cut. We don't have that on this figure. We have what I think is a ball joint at a waist, but the waist is definitely high because it's probably up here. Now, I can't tell for certain if it's a ball because I feel like you can get some tilt, but does it really stay, and is it really intended to be like that? I think so, because that's tilting to the right. That's kind of tilting to the left. See, it's not real effective. Like if she goes to the left, it doesn't really work. And then going back, she can lean back a little bit, as you can see there. But then coming forward definitely is going to be completely pointless. It's not going to happen, especially because her coat, comes down further in the front, which will greatly hinder trying to come forward. So that's unfortunate. You get a swivel at that waist. I think it's a ball, but it's really high in there. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward that far there. Leg doesn't really go back, which is a little bit odd. Do these not have the same legs? I feel like they do. Yeah, they got the same legs. But the hip piece is different. So this one, the leg doesn't really go back. You got upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinless knee, like so. Foot hinges down all the way, hinge up a little bit, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So there is the articulation for Rogue and for Destiny. Can I get her to stand up nice and quick and easy? She's a little back heavy with that cape. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, so here we have all the Rogue comic figures that we've gotten released. We have the Age of Apocalypse, the Outback Rogue, the Rogue that came with Pyro, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants version, and then we have our Jim Lee Rogue in two different versions there. We have the original Juggernaut Wave, and the Target exclusive Retro Wave there. So a lot of comic Rogue figures. 6 different ones, which is kind of a lot. Plus, if you throw in the Xmen 97 one, that's more of an animated, so that, kind of different there. So, yeah, lots of Rogue figures. You guys let me know down in the comments below which one is your favorite. Mine's going to be... I probably go back and forth on this quite a bit. I really like the metallic green of the Juggernaut Wave, but I think I'm going to lead more towards the Target exclusive. The Xmen 97 one is pretty good, although I'm not the biggest fan of the face that they gave her. It looks like the animation, sure, but I just really like that one with the big hair and everything. But you guys let me know down in the comments below which one you think is your favorite Rogue figure. Okay, so Brother Voodoo's going to hijack this review just real quick, because one thing that was pointed out to me by Boppo22, he commented, he always has such a good eye for these things. The Eye of Agamotto actually rotates in there, so I didn't have it upright. So that turns and I can fix it. So that is a pretty cool little feature there. But anyway, back to Destiny and Rogue. Although this review is done, again, not a whole lot going to them. Very basic. No accessories except one extra set of hands for each one. Just makes the box seem real empty. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this 2-pack? I know people have wanted Destiny for a long time. This Rogue fits in perfectly with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I think Mystique would have been really cool to get, but at least now we can finish the look of that team because we already had a Mystique. Hopefully you guys have gotten it. So that works out actually quite well. So you guys let me know your thoughts on all of it down in the comments below. I think it's still available on Amazon. I'll have a link in the video description below if you want to get in an order to get this 2-pack. This could be one where, it could be go on a Black Friday sale and be super cheap, or maybe it's super limited quantities. It'll sell out and you'll never be able to get it, and then for whatever reason it'll skyrocket in price. I don't know, but you guys give me your thoughts on it down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.